So you'll be working free for the next year.
Wait, we talked
And
gummy
then
bears.
after that year, maybe one, maybe green. You can start off at green and then go to red. So basically, you're going to work free for a year. And then what will happen is that after that year, I'll probably fire you and find someone better.
Welcome to 20-Minute Leaders. Just sit back, relax, and learn from the leaders of today. It's a journey. Each one is different, unique, inspiring. Let's get started. This episode is powered by J Ventures, a community-driven VC fund in Silicon Valley in partnership with Leumi Tech and sponsored by Hippo Insurance, Turing, Upwest Labs, and Hillel at Stanford. What an episode we have with us today. Eddy Furbottom, welcome to the studio, an A-list celebrity puppet entrepreneur. Eddy's an A-list celebrity puppetpreneur with a hit YouTube channel of the same name. He's the most well-connected entrepreneur on the planet and incredibly famous in Hollywood and is a thought leader on the topics of entrepreneurship, mindset, and coffee that comes out of the butt of a small, tiny animal in Bali. He is not yet the author of any books yet, but he will be writing one when he can be bothered. His mission is to make entrepreneurs not take life too seriously, and his website can be found at www.puppetpreneurs.com. Oh, and he's a puppet.
Eddy Furbottom, thank you so much for joining me on 20-Minute Leaders. I love having you here.
Thank you. This is a privilege. You look very smart.
Thank you very much. You definitely look very, very smart and entertaining. And Eddy, there's a lot for us to talk about, but I think the most interesting part is to talk about who you are and your sort of outlook into the entrepreneurial scene. Tell me a little bit about your upbringing, where you grew up, and what you're doing today.
Well, I was brought up in England, and I really didn't like it there. The people were not very kind to me. Kind of got bullied, and so I decided that really I wanted to move to America, like the land of all the dreams, and all the good-looking people, especially in California, because they're kind of like I'm ugly, and so for me, California, it's got so many really hot people, and I'm trying to get married, and so building a company, trying to get married, it's kind of difficult. So you gotta be around people that you want to be like. So I'm ugly and I want to be good looking.
I love that, and along with trying to get married, which I wish you best of luck. By the way, I love the suit. I can't imagine it'll be too hard for you to find the right partner for you.
Do you have any contacts?
Well, I actually do have a few. I don't know if they're your type, but I'm gonna send them over right after we finish here. Tell me a little bit about your entrance into the make it big, build a company, and some of your outlook into the entrepreneurial scene.
Well, yeah, I obviously am very big right now, especially on LinkedIn.
Yes.
I just started my company, and so I think being successful is just it's essential for success. To be successful. I mean, and that's part of it. Obviously, money. And so I obviously don't have any money, but I'm trying to beg my way to get some money. And so actually, I was going to ask you about that because obviously you meet with a lot of people and investors. So could I get some money?
Yeah, just send me your bank info. I'll just have a few people transfer the right over.
My puppet pal.
There you go. Exactly. Eddy, you're coming from England to the United States, getting married, building a company. You have some interesting tips and your outlook on how to be on being successful to become successful, which makes perfect sense to me, I have to say. But I have to hear a little bit more about your mindset because it is pretty unique.
Yeah, my mindset is basically just don't hesitate, no fear. Just ask for what you want. Just be transparent. I think if more people were transparent and just asked for what they wanted, like I need money, so I ask you for money. if I need contacts, I ask you for contacts. If I want to get married, then I just ask you for what I need. And like, for example, what do you need from me? It's pretty simple. I think we make it more complicated in business than it needs to be.
We really do make it, I think, more complicated than it needs to be, and I love that outlook. So what do you need, in the day-to-day life as an entrepreneur working to become successful?
I need money, and also need fame, because when I'm famous, I can make money, and then obviously I'll be really happy when I've just got money and fame. So to me, that's just ultimate success. Is just. There's those two things. I mean, that's what success is about, right?
100%. And you're ability, your trajectory to becoming famous and making money. Part of that is through the Shark Tank show, right? And I believe that you have some pretty incredible ambitions that are obviously going to take place. So tell me a little bit about those.
Yeah, I'm going to fart on Kevin's chair, and then Kevin will not be on there anymore, and I'll be the primary shark. I mean, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm going to basically purchase Elmo from Sesame Street and put him in his own company, which is going to be called El Money. So basically, he's gonna have his own financial company.
And
so that's what I'm going to do. And also, I'm going to go into space. So I've been chatting to people at SpaceX and pretty much decided that I'm also going to be one of the first entrepreneurial puppets to go into space.
I believe that. I mean, so obviously the first part is saying it and doing it. Why Elmo? Why go into the puppet scene? So I see a pattern here.
Well, I like red things. So, for example, I like the red gummy bears, and also Elmo's red. And so I think, talent is very important. So he has a good track record. I don't. And so if I acquire him for like 100,000 red gummy bears, then, I can make money from him. So he's grown up a little bit. And so I think him to transit to Puppetpreneurs, which is my company and my YouTube channel, would be a smart move for me. I mean, that's what success is about, is about getting talented people or talented puppets, Like, for example, like, can I hire you?
Of course.
Could I?
I thought that's the whole point of
my
this.
company. Okay, so what would you do?
Wow, that's a tough interview question. I thought we were doing a job interview. Now I'm guessing it's actually real. Well, I don't know what I can do. I can talk to people. I have fun talking to people. I love hearing their stories. I don't know if I'm good at acting upon that, but I love hearing people's stories. Is that enough?
Okay, so you're hired. So you'll be working free for the next year.
Wait, we talked
and
gummy
then
bears.
After that year, maybe green. You can start at green and then go to red. So basically, you're going to work free for a year, and then what will happen is that after that year, I'll probably fire you and find someone better. But that's okay. But we can discuss that maybe at the
I
time.
like that. Because
Is that how you do? Is that how it works?
Yes, I like that because a lot of investors give me this tip of hire slow and fire fast. Now I do like that you're hiring fast as well because it didn't take too much
Right.
convincing, and I love that. But I also love the idea that you already know when you're going to fire me, so we don't have to have that whole uncomfortable scene where we go over my progress report.
You can just basically you can go for 6 months and basically just be in fear most of the time, and sorry, not be in fear, and then just know it's coming, and then like everyone's just it's transparency, it's transparency.
And so I see a few trends here. One is you're saying, this whole idea of, of money as a salary and success as part of, looking over your LinkedIn and resume, that none of that is true because you can just say, okay, you know what, I'm going based off of color and I'm going based off a different commodity, which obviously should be gummy bears, right?
Exactly.
And
also,
go ahead.
Yeah, gummy bears, and then just gifts. So for example, you send me, I'll be your boss, so you send me gifts, and then that will determine whether you stay for like 6 months and 1 day.
Now I understand. And then obviously the whole dynamic changes, and obviously I get more work done, you get more out of it, and that's how we all become successful.
Yeah, I mean, I work you into the ground, and then at some point, in the future, then you'll, just take care of yourself.
So Eddy, give me this whole grand strategy behind Puppetpreneurs, because you're doing a lot. You're thinking about a lot of different ways to strategically climb your way to the top. Break it down for me. Break it down into manageable pieces.
Well, my mission is to make entrepreneurs smile, because basically they are just so, for example, on the computer till like 2 a.m, just looking at the same screen, not being happy, getting depressed. And I want to give some relief to entrepreneurs. So my job is to meet other entrepreneur puppets and then show them to you and help them to be famous. And then the humans can come along and just for entertainment like this, It's just basically a way for puppets to have world domination. So take advantage of the humans and puppets will dominate. Therefore, the whole world will be happier.
You see, that's what I was alluding to, because I felt that there was something there of that line, and I just needed to hear you say it, because obviously I'm not as smart, and I need that articulation.
I actually think you're very smart.
Coming from you, Eddie, that's amazing. Give me some advice that you would give me as a young entrepreneur. I'm gonna go start my own journey. I don't have the privilege of being a puppet myself, so obviously I'm inferior in that regard. But I still feel like I can
Yeah,
extract some insights from you on what I should be doing as an entrepreneur.
absolutely. Yeah, don't bother. Get a job. Seriously, like what would be better for you to do? It's too risky. I mean, what I'm doing is pretty out there. So quit early and take a low paid job, or come with me and get paid nothing, and basically just be a slave.
So what's my ambition then? What's the ambition of being a young entrepreneur if at the end it's nothing?
That's a great question.
Mm.
I mean, I'm really just confused. I'm just, you know what it's like. You just kind of start and then you just don't know what to do. So I'm probably not the best person to ask, because really I'm just, just trying to find my way. I mean, maybe you could. I mean, what are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about. First of all, I love technology. I don't know, how much you're into that kind of thing, but I love, algorithms and the whole math behind it. It's not very entertaining, but I do love it.
That sounds very depressing.
It kind of is, until you get something done, and then it's really awesome.
So maybe you should get into that.
I'm trying to, but I'm still missing.
How are you depressed?
I'm missing that whole, then what? So now, okay, fine, I have something cool that I've built, but then what do I do with it?
Just give it to somebody.
Hmm.
And then you could be their non-paid employee. I mean, I'm just telling you what I think we should do, but maybe I should just go through a course or something, like, to learn this stuff, because I don't really know.
Well, I think a lot of it is about intuition, and I trust your intuition. Is this how you're going about it?
Well, I just started meditating, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. Like, I get really frustrated after like 1 minute. Do you meditate?
I don't, but tell me about your meditation and how that helps you.
Well, it doesn't help me right now. It's really annoying. So I basically close my eyes for like 1 minute, and I get really angry, and so right now I hate meditation. But I'm open to, if it makes me money, then I'm open to doing it for like 2 minutes, maybe, like, maximum.
And so that's sort of the goal, like 2 minutes every minute.
2 minutes. Just 1 minute to then 2 minutes, and then hopefully I'll get some massive insight that will make me $1 billion, because apparently that's what meditation does, but I'm not too sure. Do you know any billionaires as well?
I know a couple. They don't have the same mindset though, even though I think that, it's 2021, so everything is crazy, so everything can change.
What about celebrities? Do you know celebrities?
I wish. I'm hopefully you're going to be a very big celebrity soon, and I'm happy to be part of this, early journey for you.
What about do you not know, like, Jessica Alba? She has a company.
I do know. I didn't know she was famous. I do know her.
I think she's pretty famous, and also I want her to be my wife, maybe.
That I can help. I think she's also looking. So maybe.
Okay, would you like to come to the wedding?
I'm expecting to be the best man. What do you mean? If I'm making the connection, I need to be the best man.
You want to be my best man?
Yes, I do.
That would be awesome. So basically, you walk me up the aisle. Is that right? No, that's not right.
No,
I don't think that's right.
I don't think so. Eddie,
What do you stand next to me or something? You'd be like much taller than me. And then my only fear would be that Jessica Alba would then want to get married to you, and I would just be left standing there, and then my best man would basically screw me over.
I hate to break it to you, Eddie, but if after, she sees me standing next to you and then she changes like this, maybe what you had wasn't that real in the start. Yeah.
That's honest.
I'm sorry. That's what you get from a human.
I think wait. I'm having like a spiritual awakening right now.
I think that meditation is kicking in.
Wow, like, you're real clever. So anyway, I want to ask you a question. Like, who's been your best guest apart from me?
Wow, who's been my best guest? Wow, you're really going to get me in trouble, because we had quite a few people on the show that were really amazing. And I'm going to give the very politically correct answer that.
Oh, come on. You know it. There's always one that stands out, but you don't want to say it because you're a people pleaser. Michael, do you realize you're a people pleaser?
Isn't that the role of a host of a show, to be a people pleaser?
That's true. Well, not with my show. If people come on there, I'll be like, hey, Michael was my best interview. And I'm just going to say that out loud. And actually, if someone turns up and they're not very good, I'm just going to tell them, because I am Transparent Eddy.
And we have this on
That's what we
record.
need in the world: is transparency and honesty.
And is that getting you far in your line of business? Because you want to get famous, you want to be a successful entrepreneur.
Not really.
So how does that transparency kick into place here?
It's not working out very well for me right now, honestly.
Right. Do you have friends?
Maybe I need a
Eddy?
coach. Not really, no.
Why is that?
That's a great question.
I'll be your friend, but I also want to do business together. I don't know if that can work as well. Come on, Eddy. You're an entrepreneur. Pull yourself together.
I don't want to do the podcast anymore.
Okay, Eddy, we'll move on to happier subjects. We'll move on to happier topics. You're going to replace Kevin on the Shark Tank. What's going to happen?
Oh yeah, Kevin. Yeah.
So you're sitting there, you're getting a pitch. What is Eddy bringing to the table investing in entrepreneurs? Well, not with gummy bears, I hope.
Honest advice. I think that's valuable. That's probably worth like 90%.
I mean, I feel I've already got my
95%.
worth from this show, just from your honest advice.
Right. I mean, it's life-changing. To have someone on your show that can show vulnerability and cry and be honest. I mean, it's probably going to open a lot of people up. So back to Shark Tank. Yeah, 90% for solid advice and a bag of 100 gummy bears with one red one.
I have to say, you're paying 100,000 gummy bears for Elmo. You're only giving 100 as an investment. I think there's some interesting unit economics that we're going to have to work through together now that I'm working for you after the show.
Well, that's because most people that come onto Shark Tank are stupid.
And they're worth 100 gummy bears.
Right.
I love that. Eddy, this is the moment. Right here, right now, we have investors, entrepreneurs, perhaps even a billionaire or two watching this. I want to give you the spotlight to give your best pitch for puppetpreneurs. This is where you're going to make it big, Eddy. This is it.
Wow.
Go.
Wow. Shit. Make me famous and give me some money so that I can get a really big house and live in it.
What do I get as an investor?
Wow. Respect from me.
That's the most.
And also maybe like I can play with the kids and be around the family. I'm kind of want to be a family guy. So maybe they can put their hand up me and I can allow that space to be able to make people smile. I mean, that's what a puppet's supposed to do.
I love that.
I mean, this guy down here, I mean, he's pretty ugly, but he's got his hand up there.
Eddy, what are you passionate about? What excites you?
Do you have a puppet? Do you have a puppet?
I don't. I really want one though.
Why?
I don't know.
Can you imagine me around all the time? Like you could just lay on my belly as you put your head on the pillow, like Mr. Pillow.
I'm more excited about walking down the street with you and giving some honest advice to others.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I think so.
I think we would make a great pair. What would we call our joint podcast show? Like 2 minute losers.
Wow, that's a really good one.
Wow, did you see what I did there? That's just intuition.
I love it almost like I love your catchphrase, don't take business too seriously, which I know you've worked.
That's right. Don't take anything too seriously. Everyone's too serious.
Everyone's too serious.
Like people watching this right now. See?
I love
Share
it.
this video. Make us both famous so that we can buy things that we don't really need.
Exactly.
That's what entrepreneurship is all about.
That's very honest.
Honest and real.
Eddy, what are you excited about? What really gets you going?
Well, I really want to, just take over Hollywood. And I'm going to have my own Pixar movie. I think that would be awesome.
Are you going to star in it?
Absolutely.
And Elmo.
Yeah, and I'm going to give you like a role.
Whoa.
You could be like a voice, because you're kind of ugly, so that would be best.
I don't know if I like this engagement, Eddy. This is hard to hear. I'm used to hearing all praises and people being politically correct, and I don't this doesn't feel.
So you basically like people lying to you is what you've liked for most of your life. Is that correct?
Doesn't that come down to it a lot though?
Wow. I love you.
Now I don't know if you're being honest or now you're giving me the politically correct answer.
I'm always going to be honest. And during this 20 minutes, I've kind of just find myself just a little bit in my heart, you know?
Well, I love that these 20 minutes are making both of us think, because I think that's what it takes.
To me, I think it was making us think, and it's also going to really confuse some people.
I really do. I really do think so. So how can we help them through this confusion after they see this episode?
Like, I think the best thing is honestly donations. Like, do you need donations for this show?
Well, I obviously do. I love getting donations for the show, but actually, I think this is a point to promote, your endeavor. So going back to Puppet Pal,
Puppetpreneurs.
but you mentioned that the way to transfer money would be through Puppet Pal.
Oh, Puppet Pal, yes. But honestly, if they just go visit Eddy Furbottom on LinkedIn and YouTube, Puppetpreneurs, and just watch it, but they have to watch it all the way through, because like you like this with the data, is that what's important is like engagement and actually watching it all the way through. So don't just like watch a minute, you have to watch it all the way through, because then that will tell YouTube that I'm really awesome, and then put it to more people, which then will make me money and then make me famous. So that's really the sequence of events that I need to have happen.
Well, I think you have the most important thing figured out, and that's how it works. Because I don't think that I have it figured out after 300 plus episodes. So I'm already gaining something from
300. Wow, that's like. Do you know what that's like? That's like the movie. You just hit 300 episodes. You're in the ring. You're a warrior. You are in there just like battling it, and you've gone all the way through. And this is like my motivational speech that's now linking 300 episodes to you being a warrior, and that you're awesome, and that you're fighting off all the demons. And in fact, like you're going to totally like dominate life in Rome. So you should move to Italy.
I think that we just went through that whole emotional roller coaster of a whole feature film in just 20 minutes. Eddy,
that was impressive.
I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your precious schedule to come here. I know that you have a lot going on, and you have a lot of ambitions, and
No, I really don't.
You have to hire and fire a lot more people today. So I appreciate this opportunity most of all, both interviewing you but also working for you shortly after. So we'll talk in a second. But before we leave, the most important question, which is 3 words you would use to describe yourself.
Ugly. Not rich. Stupid.
Exactly what you need. I love it. Eddy, thank you very, very much for coming on my show. Best of luck. I'll see you on Shark Tank. I'll see you in our office. You'll tell me where that is starting tomorrow.
Well, you're going to be starting on Monday, so I'll see you on Monday morning, and just make sure you wear pajamas.
Great. But I want the upfront gummies, just to make sure that we have a right engagement here.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what he just said?
I'll forgo the upfront. I really don't want to miss out on this.
You're fired.
Yes. Eddy, thank you very, very much. Best of luck with Puppetpreneurs. I look forward to talking again after you're rich and famous, so that you can make me rich and famous, and have a great rest of the day.
Okay, you put the phone down.
All right, I will. Thank you, Eddy. Take care.